Hoo, 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 hoo. Merry Christmas. Hoo, 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 hoo. I don't know. I think I was like 7 at the time. Uh, eh, uh, 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 uh. Yo, mom. Hey, that's not very nice. Don't make fun of people's mamas. Okay, sorry, viewers. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I take full responsibility for what I have done.
My life be like.
So I was like 7 years old and stuff. I was like, I still believe Santa Claus is real and stuff. And so one Christmas, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give Santa Claus a present. I'm gonna give him some reindeer food. That'd be nice. And just got a present for him. It wasn't a present for Santa Claus, apparently, because Santa Claus doesn't eat reindeer food. So, what happened with the reindeer food ended up with my grandma's horses. And, anyways, I thought it ended up to the North Pole, at the North Pole, to Santa Claus headquarters, whatever it is, Santa's workshop. And, I got a note, which was written by my dad's friend, didn't know at the time. His cursive's pretty fine though. That made me believe Santa Claus that wrote it. And he was just like, "Oh, thank you, ho 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 ho, thank you for reindeer food, ho ho ho." No, Santa Claus didn't eat any reindeer food. What are you talking about? Santa Claus doesn't eat. Santa Claus isn't a reindeer. He's a jolly fat man. He eating cookies, not reindeer food. Damn, idiot! Like you already said, Santa Claus didn't eat the reindeer food. Yeah. Santa Claus is real though. Just remember that. Yeah. And um. So yeah. Um. Um. Uh. Um. uh. Anyways, what got me really into like looking into like seeing if like Santa Claus is real or not is I watched this movie. I think it was called Rise of the Guardians or something. I don't know. It was like just all these like holiday mythology guys, whatever. So there's the misfit Jack Frost. WWE intro. The Easter Bunny. Santa Claus. The Tooth Fairy. This weird sun creature that controls dreams. Hey, I don't want that sun creature. Lame. Apparently, the movie had this like weird like sun creature that gave dreams. I don't know what kind of myth he was from, or if he was in from any myth at all. I don't want to see no sun, dude. Man, I want to see the BFG. The BFG is where it's at. That man, freaking lame movie not featuring the BFG. Like just contact Roll. Oh, I don't know if Roald Dahl's still alive. Oh yeah. I don't know, but damn, get the BFG in the that movie. I think it was DreamWorks that made that movie, Rise of the Guardians and stuff. I don't know, but it's like about like holidays and stuff. And yeah. And so I was like, damn, I should like prove that these creatures are real. So I kept that note that I thought I got from Santa Claus, kept it in a little drawer, kept it nice and safe, and it was basically my quote unquote proof that Santa Claus is real. And and then next and yeah, and just to give you more context on why I would still believe in Santa, um, I like I was at one point like I was looking at the mall Santas and I was like, why do their faces keep changing in my head? I was looking around. There's cameras. There's people dressed up as elves and stuff. And I was just like, if I ask anybody, even at home, I would I thought like I would be in big trouble and people would get mad at me if I not even if I said it at the mall, but I would just say it at home in private, like, hey, all those Santa Clauses are different, and their faces keep changing. And usually people say, hey, Santa's helpers and stuff. I didn't want to say nothing on anyone even ask my parents, bro. I was scared that what would happen if I would ask like if those small Santas were real and stuff. So yeah, yeah, scary. It's like you know that one scene from the Christmas Story. Scary Santa Claus is like ho 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 and pushes him down the slide. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Ho 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 ho. And yeah, and then yeah, after all that, and oh, another thing. So another reason why I found out Santa Claus is real. It's funny. So it wasn't real. It's funny. Is there was this friend of mine at school, and I was telling him that the Tooth Fairy gave me the Sacagawea and this $10 bill, and it's like, oh yeah, look at my teeth, they're all empty. And he's like, you do, and he's like, oh, this it's the parents that do that. It's not the Tooth Fairy, dude. It's the parents. I was like, what? For real? Are you kidding me? It's like for real, for real. I didn't believe this, and I went home and asked my parents because I was just fine asking them about the Tooth Fairy. But Santa Claus, oh, I thought Santa Claus would put me in a naughty list for asking why his face keeps changing. Because probably like bad manners. Don't comment on Santa Claus's face. Hoo hoo hoo. But I was asked my parents like, hey, this friend of mine at school, he told me the Tooth Fairy isn't real. And it's the parents that do. Have you guys been doing that? And they're like, oh yeah, yeah, that was us. I was like, oh yeah. No, I was just like, you should have told me this earlier. I feel kind of stupid. I'm like 7. Like at this time, I think I'm a big kid, even though I'm a little kid and stuff. And I don't know, mom and dad. Like this is just kind of annoying. You should have told me this earlier. Like, come on, screw you guys. That's what I said in my head out loud. I was just like, eh, eh. So honestly, eh, okay. You know. And yeah, so now we get into the funny part. Funny part. Uh, this is gonna tell people like telling you kids Santa Claus is real. Stupid stuff's gonna happen, man. Like, ugh, it's like it doesn't like it does magic and stuff, but you give those kids that magic, they're not gonna use it right, and stuff. It can be annoying sometimes. It's cause trouble, and like there's people that take it so seriously. And it's like, if I have kids when I grow up, I'm not gonna tell them Santa Claus is real. It's stupid. But what would Santa Claus think, huh, dude? Damn, Santa Claus, you just gonna have to accept that, you know. But yeah, I was at this party and I saw my two cousins and I brought the note. I didn't bring the note that day, but I told them about the note. It's like, hey guys, Santa Claus gave me this note. It's real. It's from Santa Claus. See the cursive. It's proof. And I've asked all my family members. They didn't write it. I asked some people at companies, and they didn't write this. And they were like, "Whoa!" And whatever. They were too loud about it. They were just staring at me. They were probably preoccupied playing some other game and stuff. And then they were like, "We just went to the mall Santa earlier, so we saw Santa earlier." They didn't say mall Santa. They said we saw Santa earlier today. We get some pictures. I was like, oh, those. That's not the real Santa. I'm talking about the real Santa, guys. I didn't know, but then my aunt overheard. My aunt heard what I said, and she walked up and gave me like this death stare, like the that meme with the SJW death stare, whatever. The person that got angry about Trump, or I don't know, that kind of death stare. And she was like, "Don't tell him about that," or something. I don't know. She was so mad. She was like in her head. She was freaking out. And in my head, it's like, no, no, no. It's the mall. I was just telling about the mall Santa. Oh, dang, I forgot. That's right. They're younger than me. They don't know about the mall Santa. Yeah, the stuff is like it goes in stages. Like you reveal it to them slowly but surely. Like, all right, the mall Santas aren't real, but there's a real Santa, and then the real Santa isn't real. And it's like, oh crap, dang it! Now my aunt's gonna be mad at me for the whole party. God damn it! I don't think about this stuff. Like, leave me alone, man. I'm just a kid. Like I didn't know that. I'm just trying to tell my cousins that I found proof that Santa Claus is real. It's so exciting, and yeah, just the bitter from there on. A party is just dang, it sucks. And so I just continue on by myself. Later, as I grew up, it was just oh, that's right. I was told that's right. Anyways, I was told about Santa Claus after I showed my cousins that note. I was like, even like the big boss Santa isn't the real one either. There's no Santa. It's all parents. I was like, oh dang, all right, crap. And yeah. So that's what happened. But yeah. Hoo. It's just annoying. And another like a bunch of stupid stuff happens when you tell your kids that Santa Claus is real, like for real. Um, there's this other time I was on the bus, and there's multiple funny things. There's a teenager on the bus who still didn't know what Santa Claus was, like a teenager, like a junior, not like just like in high school as a freshman, but like you know pretty far in, about to get a job. She was a junior, and there was this bus driver. He was bald. He was covered in tattoos, not like offensive stuff, but like Bart Simpson and Ren and Stimpy. Like he probably never grew up. And and he'd listen to Nickelback all the time with his headphones on, and he was like this kind of on edge bus aide. It's kind of whack. And he would give like people advice sometimes and stuff. Be all right advice, I guess. Um, I was in like a behavioral school. Like it was like people go in lines, hands behind your back, and then the high school area of that school, people had ankle braces and stuff. And but yeah, I was in behavioral school because I was a little messed up in the head back then. So yeah, little kid probably would want to cause some trouble and tell everybody that Santa Claus is real. So I just went to school one day. It's like, yeah, now I know that Santa Claus is real. And I was just telling everybody. I was telling everybody Santa Claus is real, and the teacher in the classroom be like, Santa Claus is real too. Is real. Yeah, I don't know. But Santa Claus is real too, and stuff. Would be like, nah, I know you're just trying to tell these people because they still got magic, teacher, but that's not gonna work, because Santa Claus is not real. Are you a stupid? You stupid teacher? What are you, stupid little brain, peanut brain? No, I didn't actually say that, of course. I wish I did. And yeah, and in class after class, I would just be like, Santa Claus isn't real, guys. Come on, listen to me. Santa Claus is not real. Like for real, guys. Like my parents told me, they tell the kids this when they're young, but they don't tell you this, that Santa Claus isn't real. Santa Claus is real. You know, and they tell your kids that Santa Claus is real. It's unacceptable. I think that we're all cool kids here, and we'll be superior if we know what Santa Claus is. And then finally, the bus. We're back to the bus. I'm on the bus, and I there's this teenager, and she doesn't know what Santa Claus is, and I say, hey, I know what Santa Claus is real, and I knew it earlier before you. Oh, I didn't. I actually didn't know that the teenager didn't know that Santa Claus wasn't real, but this she was a teenager, and I told her, hey, I found out that Santa Claus isn't real, and she was like, no, Santa Claus is real. I didn't know that. And something, and it's just yes, Santa Claus is real. Sorry. Whoopsie. Oops. Haha. Tee. Santa Claus is real. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hey. And this bus driver is hearing what I was saying. He's like, Santa Claus is real. If I hear you say that again, if I hear you say Santa Claus isn't real again, this bus is stopping and you're going to get in trouble. I'm going to write a report on you. And I was like, no, you're not. Shut up. And I kept telling people. And then he got up in my face. He started yelling, "Hey, Santa Claus is real. I don't care. Santa Claus is real. You may think he isn't real, and your parents may have told you to put the presents, but Santa Claus is real." Yeah, probably in Germany, like hundreds of years ago, dude. Yeah, it was just ridiculous, and yeah, and I was quiet because I didn't want to piss him off anymore. But this bus driver, well, he's ridiculous, covered in tattoos. He's not a bus driver, sorry. He's like a bus helper because sometimes like people would like flip out because there's a behavioral school. It wasn't juvie, but it was a behavioral school. It's like some screwed up people in that school, and sometimes they would put everybody in danger on the bus and fling around and fight. And he is gangsta's paradise. Um, and yeah, they had a bus aid. It's just ridiculous because usually you see somebody quite formal and stuff, some old guy or whatever. But it's just young dude that is covered in tattoos and listens to Nickelback. It's just what a combo! Like Jesus, bald, covered in tattoo, listen to Nickelback, and he's not like a fat bald guy. He's not like a beefy guy. He's like a skinny bald guy with covered in like Bart Simpson and like Ren and Stimpy tattoos and stuff, and it's so weird. And he listens to Nickelback, and yeah, it's like all this wouldn't have happened if you guys told me that Santa Claus isn't real. You got me all worked up on this. You made me feel superior. Like, don't tell your kids that Santa Claus isn't real. That's stupid. They're gonna cause a bunch of trouble because there's like religious people and stuff too. Like, it goes so deep. Like, people interpret Santa so many ways and how celebrate the holidays in so many ways. Like, don't get into that shit, bro. Like, people take it seriously. They'll get pissed at your kid for telling people that Santa Claus isn't real and stuff, or and then there would be another asshole on the bus like me that would also know that Santa Claus isn't real, and he would tell a bunch of kids that weren't told Santa Claus isn't real that Santa Claus is real, and who knows what happens, So don't, please, I beg of you, parents, don't tell your kids that Santa Claus is real. It's stupid. It may mean something to a bunch of people, but it's stupid. Kids are kids are horrible. They're evil. They are devils.
My precious. I I know that Santa Claus is real. Would you like to hear in on the secret? Santa Claus isn't real. My parents told me quite early. They trust me. I I am a grown-up little boy, you see. I am a big boy.
Yeah, kids are horrible. They're brats.
Fuck you, kids. Fucking dick. Who is naysaying? Why don't you invent something called inward singing?
Ho 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 ho! This why we all on a naughty list.
Yo, 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 yo.